It's the National Football League on EA Sport. And if it's in the game, it's in the game.
We can hardly wait for the start of this one.
And it comes your way next.
Well, as soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're off from Tampa. Jamison Crowder on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. And man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
And he works his way for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing now, Daniels. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. This is ahead for about 5. Play brought to an end by Jordan Whitehead.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. So here now are the Buccaneers on offense to begin their first drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They run the counter with White. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They put a receiver in motion right. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. The give now to White, who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Good opening drive to this point. They've got another 1st down at the 34. From the gun, Mayfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Finds his man. It's Godwin.
There's no negatives ever on the grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. Mayfield now from the gun. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. From the right hash, 55 yards out. It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Play fake here. Daniels. It's Dotson on the catch. And they bring him down around the 34. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Daniels on 1st down. Caught by Dotson on the slant. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Ramiz Ahmed for the point after try. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Buccaneers, nothing.
It's all lined up. Ahmed ready to send this flying. Rashad White on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Tampa Bay sending its offense out. Their second drive coming up. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Bronx. So some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again is Baker. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Bucks ready to send it away on 4th as Jake Camarda runs on to punt it. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Commanders will go on offense. First down, ball at the 36. Man in motion, headed right. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, you often see some mix, some high percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep the defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. From the gun, it's Daniels. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That's complete to Zach Ertz. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Again, Daniels to the air. Intercepted in the end zone. Jamel Dean makes the play.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Here come the Bucs on offense now. And coming off a 3-and-out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Baker now from the gun. Hauled in by Godwin. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First and 10, it's a give to White. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Evans, the motion man here. From the 33 on 2nd down. Got his target, it's Otten. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and just 2 to go. From the gun, a run for White. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would give.
Receiver in motion going left. First and 10. Here's Mayfield. On target to Godwin. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing, Baker. He has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. And it's the Buccaneers with a 3rd and 3. Pressure coming, Baker. Got Evans, it's complete. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First down, here's Baker. This one's taken in by Otten. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Baker throwing again. This finds Evans, complete. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. This one's caught. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 6 coming up here. They motion a receiver left. Mayfield to throw again. Has it in close. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers tie this game 7-7. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Crowder with a return here. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Commanders head out now late in the first half. And 35 seconds isn't a ton, but it is enough to muster up a little something. There's 35 seconds to go in the half as they are ready to begin their drive. On first down, here's Daniels. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. He's back to throw. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Stop that time by Jamel Dean. That brings us to halftime, and these teams locked up on the scoreboard. It's a 7-7 ball game. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. Here's White on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Tampa Bay sending its offense out to begin the third quarter. And after watching their passing attack take them the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by White. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Play made by Deron Payne. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Running on second with White. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10, it's Mayfield. Completes this one to Otten. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Derek Forrest able to make the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Third and short, Mayfield. Complete beyond the marker. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. From the gun, Mayfield. That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Out of the gun, White. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Play made by Deron Payne. Just 1 yard on the play, and they're left with a long 3rd and 12.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Third down, here's Mayfield. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Impressive play, but they are well shy of the first down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
For the second time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. From the right hash, 55 yards out. He did. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Chris Rodriguez now to return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. It is caught left side. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Complete. It's McLaurin. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First and 10 from the 41. Again, Daniels to the air. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Jahan Dotson, the intended receiver. And now they face 2nd down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
This is Eckler on 2nd. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Daniels from the pistol. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They send a tight end in motion. On 1st down, here's Eckler. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 43. Able to find Ertz. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Commanders football, and they'll get to work coming into the quarter trailing. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of time. Proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Well, that one didn't have any of it.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. This throw is caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
8 yards to go as they get set on 2nd and goal. He's running it right on the option. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Give him 6 yards. That's going to set up 3rd and goal.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
3rd and goal, Eckler. And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders take a 4th quarter lead. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Ahmed good on the extra point. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead.
Commanders 14, Buccaneers 10.
It's all lined up. Ahmed ready to send this flying. Here's White on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Motioning one of the tight ends. 1st down, here's Baker. Called in left side. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
It's White on the give. Jukes out a one-stop, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Mayfield now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Baker now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Buccaneers needing 4 points. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. That's brought in by White. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Here he is to throw. On target to Godwin. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw it. Has it. 7. And that catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. White does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Setting up to pass. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Buccaneers have taken the lead late. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers push their lead to 3. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Crowder with a return here. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Commanders set to take over. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch your breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's on the move. He's keeping it. The Commanders take a timeout. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 31. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Now to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now.
Buccaneers 17.
It's all lined up. Ahmed ready to send this flying. On the return, here's Irving. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again is Baker. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Here he is to throw. This finds Evans, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Tampa spends its second timeout now. Still one more in their pocket to use. Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Mayfield to throw again. Got Evans, it's complete. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Baker throwing again. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down. Throwing now. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. To throw. He connects downfield on 4th. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. And with Brock Heward along from this one. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.